Hi everybody, it's Josh again. I'm here to review another movie, and the next movie I'm going to be reviewing is for a movie called Detroit that is directed by Kaitlyn Bigelow. And this movie is about the Algee Hotel, the tragic incident that went on in the Algee Hotel in Detroit. But it's also about some of the riots that took place. But the main point of this movie is the events that happened to African Americans in this hotel and the police brutality that took place back in the 1960, specifically 1967 in Detroit. And this is easily one of the best movies of the whole entire year. This movie is very, very intense. And wow, this movie had me on the edge of my seat. It's almost like a horror movie. A horror movie. This movie is gonna make you mad. It's gonna make you furious. But this is just a really good movie, and just a really tragic story of what happened in 1967. And it's also followed by really good acting. Specifically, I want to point out one actor specifically, Will Poulter. He did an amazing job as this evil, racist cop who was just really malicious. He was just so evil and so maniacal in this movie. And he just made me want to punch him in the movie. He was just evil. There are other racist cops in this movie, but he was just evil. Because in the beginning of the movie, you see that an African American is stealing groceries. And yeah, stealing groceries is not a good thing, but Will Poulter, his character, shoots him in the back just for stealing groceries. Just shoots him in the back, and all he did was steal groceries. And he is just wow. He is just malicious. He killed another African American because he wanted to cover up the crimes they did in the Algee Hotel, and he just saw him up just because he was going to tell a story about what happened in the Algee Hotel, and he just saw him, and he was just wicked. He was just having the African Americans pray in the room. He inappropriately cuts a young white girl just because he was hanging out with African Americans. I mean, he was just disgusting. And another character I want to point out is John Boyega, who is in Star Wars, and he plays an African American cop. And he really supports the police, because he's a cop himself. Until he starts figuring out what the corruptness of the cops in 1967. And this movie is filmed like a documentary. And you have people that I want to look out for, who are kind of newcomers. I'm not sure of the names, but I want to see them in more stuff. And Kaitlyn is in this movie from Last Man Standing, the TV show with Tim Allen. She played one of the white girls that Will Poulter kind of messes with. And wow, this movie is intense. And it's a really tragic story, and it's a story that I personally never heard of. I personally never heard of the hotel. I never heard of the riots. I never heard of anything that happened in Detroit in 1967. And wow, this is easily one of the best movies of the whole entire year. I would seriously recommend you seeing it, but I have to warn you, it is very intense and it will make a lot of people mad. And again, props to Will Poulter. He is a standout in this movie. I could see him getting a nomination. I really want to see him in more stuff because he was in Where the Millers and he was really good in that. But this, I think, is his standout performance. He was amazing in this movie, even though he played a complete and total racist moron. And yeah, I think Kaitlyn Bigelow deserves praise too, because she did a really good job directing this movie, and I can see a nomination again for her too. So I'm just going to give this movie an A+, because this is just one of the best films I've seen in the whole entire year. I would recommend you seeing it. I hope you enjoyed my review. Bye.